Hello everyone, it's Pete here. Well, I finally got 1,000 subscribers, so hooray, cheers. Okay, so I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who supported the channel over the years and watched the videos and subscribed and commented, and I'm going to say a bit more about that and do some shout outs a bit later, but first of all I wanted to launch a competition. Okay, so like a lot of the world, the UK is currently in lockdown, and to use your RC car really should be in your garden or in your house, because you're only supposed to leave your house for food or medicine or to help a person, but you're not supposed to be larking about with RC cars. So I thought it might be interesting to do a competition to see who can do the best video just using their garden, or if you haven't got a garden, then inside your house. I know not everyone's in the same situation as the UK, and you might be allowed to use the parks and whatever, and you can still enter the competition, but just imagine you had a smaller space and you've got to use the garden, and if you've got a huge garden of acres and acres, then maybe imagine that you can only use a small part of it. But generally I'm thinking about a general smallish garden, as is about 30 foot by 30 foot, which is 10 metres 10 metres. I'll put a video up of my Datsun 240Z that I did recently, and that's just an example. I can't enter my own competition, but yeah, that sort of thing. So you're just using a very limited space to get the best video you can, and I shall just tell you the rules. Okay, so it needs to be in your house or garden. It needs to have some RC action. It can't just be a tour of your hobby area or anything like that. It can have a talky bit to it, but needs to have an RC car or more than one RC car, and some action. It can be a video that you've already done and already posted, but it must have been during the lockdown period, so sort of within the last month or so. What you need to do is use the comments of this video to tell everyone and me what the video is that you're entering into the competition. So you can just put what the description is, and obviously we'll see what your channel is, or put a link in, and I'll compile them all together, and I'll put links in a comment at the top so everyone knows. So you've got 2 weeks from today. Okay, so the last day will be the 7th of May, and then I'll send a message to everyone who has entered, and then they get to vote on which of the other videos. You can't vote for your own video. You've got to vote for the top 3 videos that you liked, and give me a first, second and third, and so I'll give first place 3 points, second 2, and third 1. And what I'm going to do is keep it secret, because obviously if you put it in the comments, everyone will know who you voted for, so you might upset people, and obviously people will be able to work out the result. So I'm going to put an email address on the screen that you can send your nominations or your votes to, and there's other people who know me on Facebook can do Messenger, but in some way get me a private message of who you're voting for, your top 3, and you're allowed 1 entry per YouTube account. So yeah, pick your best one. So there's no prize for this, it's just the honour of knowing that you were the best. Okay, so get videoing, or if you've already made one, then let me know in the comments on this video as to which video you are entering into the contest. Now I would say that although I'm not entering the competition, if nobody else enters, then I win by default. The 2 sweetest words in the English language, default, default. So get your entries in, otherwise I win by default. So with the channel, yeah, 1,000 subscriptions. I've been going for a while now. I think the first video was in 2012, and yeah, so it's been a slow burn, but slow and steady wins the race, I always say, or slow and steady is in the race, or it's near, it can see the race. But anyway, we got there, hooray. Okay, so it's a big thank you to the subscribers and people who have watched the videos, and especially people who comment. Say the best thing about the channel really is the fact that you get to connect with like-minded people, and you know, made a lot of good friends that I've not actually met, and made some good friends that I have actually met, so even better. Now I hesitate to start naming names because I'm bound to leave people out, but I'm just thinking about people who I'm in regular contact with on the videos and have been around for a few years. I think the one that goes back the furthest is probably Michael at Nordic RC Visions. We've been in pretty regular contact since He's started up his channel, and yeah, say it's a friend that you've never met, but cheers to you, Michael. And also Mark Bryan, as I think he got in just after Michael, but yeah, say become a good friend over the messages, and yeah, we have spoken as well, and hopefully one day we might get to meet up. So you're not allowed to meet anyone at the moment, but it's just the Midlands is a long way to go for an RC bash, so I was hoping to kind of do some kind of trip up there, but anyway, all on hold. But hopefully one day, Mark, cheers, we'll get together and have that pint. Okay, and Derek at Holly Hill RC, and luckily we have got to meet up 2 or 3 times now, and we've had a great time. So really nice guy, and hopefully we'll get to do it again in the future. Obviously we're not allowed at the moment, but yeah, I know we will get together again. We live, you know, close enough that it's not too bad of a journey. Well, it's not for me because we meet somewhere that's very near to my house, but yeah, hopefully we'll get to do it again. So cheers, Derek. Okay, then there's Rick at RC Rico, although he's not doing very much on the RC Rico at the moment. He's concentrating on his tech channel, which is Rico123Tube. I've been friends with Rick for quite a number of years. We used to work together, but we hadn't seen each other for quite a while. And then he saw my RC videos, and he said he was interested, and we went out, and he said he'd had to get involved in this. And first of all, he was saying, can I do this for about 100 quid? And I was saying, not really. And he was trying to be a bit frugal with it, but he eventually realised that you've got to throw quite a lot of money at it, and he got into it, and that's brilliant because Rick just lives down the road, and apart from the quarantine, we've been out pretty much every week since he got into it, which is great because it makes it social. One thing is, I thought that it'd be better for the videos to have somebody there to help and hold the camera and whatever, and in fact what happens is we go out and we just walk around and we run the RCs and we're just chatting, and then we just forget to video anything. So in a way it's sort of been worse for the videos, because doing the videos is a bit antisocial because you've got to set it up and you've got to muck about. But anyway, it's been great to have a regular RC chum, so cheers, Rick. And next up, Pete Smith. Now, Pete got in touch via the channel as well. Now, Pete's not very local. He lives, I can't remember, somewhere a long way away, London. And he said, can we sort of meet up? And I thought, yeah, brilliant. And then he said he'd got me a kit, and I thought, blimey, this is a lot. You know, I'd never met this chap, and I didn't know if it was a wind up. Anyway, sure enough, he came down and we did some RC, and he got me a kit, fantastic. And since then he's got me more kits and bits and bobs. Pete felt a bit sorry for me having burnt my previous collection, and he's got me some bits, and he made me that pickup shell for the lunchbox, and I know he's got some presents for Derek and Rick as well when we actually finally get to meet up. Hopefully sometime soon, but yeah, fantastic, Pete. I say you don't need to bring any stuff; you can just bring yourself down. But yeah, it's been brilliant. And also, what's good is that Pete brings down his interesting sort of lunchbox creations, and they're all sort of customised, and it gives me something to put on the channel, because obviously it's different to what most people have got. So it adds a bit of interest, and also it's good when we meet up, because having several RCs in the shot is obviously more interesting than just one. So yeah, it's been really good, and hopefully before not too long we'll get to do it all again. So cheers, Pete. So also give a shout to Roy, who's Pete's mate, and he comes down as well, so it's a long old journey that they take to get down to see us in the New Forest. And Roy also does customised lunch boxes, again gives me something to put on the channel. So yeah, brilliant. Cheers, Roy. And there's Phil at Tom Lee RC, and he's quite a recent subscriber to me and me to him, but he put out a nice message on YouTube to try and drum up support for some subscribers to me. So that certainly helped me get the numbers up. So brilliant. Thanks, Phil. So then some other people who generally comment and watch the videos. So KevWolf69, who I bought the Sand Scorcher and Wild Willy from, cheers. So there's Remote Addicted, Sean's RC Adventures, LR2A, RC Action Australia, Filthy Co RC, King Bollock, RC Misfits, Brad Kalman, Legendary RC, RC Carnage, RC Related Stuff, Tamiya Legends, Rob Brennan. Hiya Rob.
Hiya.
You going to enter my competition?
No.
Now I know there's a lot more, and sorry if I didn't mention you, but say thank you for all the support, and cheers to you. So on the channel going forward, it's going to be more of the same. I'm trying to do a build video where I talk about it and build it, and it's more difficult than I thought it was. But I'm giving it a go. I've got time on my hands, so hopefully we'll be allowed out soon for more reasons than exercise and food. I can get some RC videos done that aren't in the garden, but in the meantime, get your entries in for the competition, because there's the big prize of nothing. But anyway, I need a refill, so I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.